From MTN News, this is Montana This Morning.
The Big Cat Grizz game attracting a national attention this year. ESPN GameDay will be broadcasting from the MSU campus. What that will include and how you can watch in person, just ahead. And the Billings police are turning off the sound by encrypting police radio broadcast. It means members of the public can no longer listen in. How resident scanner listeners are reacting coming up at 6:34. Right now it is 6:31. Chet Lehman, Matt Elwell with you here. Oh, looks like the fog level has raised a little bit in the mining city this morning. Whoops.
It's not widespread,
No.
but we are going to run into, especially those low-lying areas, the riverbed areas.
I was going to say, Three Forks out by the river.
And that's been our main concern, but we do have some fog in our skies. I'll talk about that coming up. Temperatures this morning, chilly but not frigid. Well, West Yellowstone sitting at 2 degrees this morning. It doesn't show the temperature now, but that's where it's been. Yeah, it's frigid in some areas. The clouds will be on the increase, but we're not looking at any real new snow. Foggy areas out toward Belgrade. Right now, 6 miles visibility, not bad, but you can see there actually is some fog in our skies at the airport. It's just not quite as dense. It sounds like me. Maybe not quite as dense.
That would be me.
Temperatures, that's dense. You and I. Temperatures into the mid-20s. We'll talk about when this fog lifts and when the next batch of snow heads this direction.
Thank you, Patchy Fog. This is now Thick Fog reporting. Cat Grizz game, if you haven't heard, is, by the way, this Saturday. For the first time in years, you can see it for free right here on your MTN station. We are the official home of Montana State University Bobcats and the University of Montana Grizzlies. Plus, this Sunday, ESPN GameDay will add excitement. Actually, it's on Saturday. Will add excitement to the always energized Cat Grizz game. Now, we all know the venue, Dyche Field, the grass field right next to the stadium. ESPN has been in Bozeman actually since Saturday, walked around campus on Sunday. Celebrity guest picker yet to be revealed. MSU Athletic Director Leon Costello and Big Sky Commissioner Tom Wistrcell have some tips now if you plan to go to game day, and what ESPN says they want you to showcase.
We want to play that up a little bit. Maybe get him on a horse. Maybe take him to the rodeo practice facility. See if he'll get on, something and ride it around. It would be kind of fun just to show really the country and the world, the culture that we have here in the state of Montana. Obviously, rodeo is a huge part of that. And now that they're in the athletic department, it'd be great to showcase them as well.
Number one, you have to get there early. The best places to stand and participate are going to fill up quick. So you have to get there early. And then number two, got to come up with the most creative but clean signs that they can show on TV.
Now, Montana State University says it hopes to have a breakdown by Wednesday with a map of the set as well as the logistics for parking entrances and a schedule leading off to kickoff. A couple of the players shared their excitement, but say they're trying to keep their focus.
I had heard the hype around it, possibly be coming to Bozeman. But, it's just going to bring a lot of energy to the town and some good spotlight on the rivalry. I think it's the best rivalry in college football, and I'm excited for the rest of the country to see that, and I think it'll bring a lot of energy to the game.
Growing up as a kid, you're always like, I wonder if, college game day will ever come to Cat Grizz or anything like that. And, you always ask your parents, do you think that'll ever happen? And, it happened, it's awesome. It's going to be great for the state of Montana. It's going to be great for both schools, shine the light on our great university and our great football team and this great rivalry we have.
I was pretty excited. I didn't want that to turn into a distraction though. Kind of being an older guy on the team, you got to quickly, come back down to base level and ground level and be like, hey, I'm sure a lot of guys were really excited about it, but also not letting that become a distraction at all.
Try not to let it be a distraction during Cat Grizz Week. By the way, if you don't have your tickets sold out, students' tickets sold out in just 13 minutes. Wow, that long. In other news this morning, police in Billings putting up a wall of silence between themselves and the public. Starting today, Billings police will begin encrypting all scanner traffic, making it much more difficult for the public to monitor police activity. It's believed Billings will be the first department in Montana to do it. That decision already being met with its fair share of backlash. MTN's Alina Howder has the impact and the motivation behind the change.
Whether you're a journalist or simply a scanner junkie, police scanners are a go-to tool. But starting Tuesday, you won't hear much from these devices. The city of Billings is encrypting all city law enforcement radio communications.
It's going to be a 50 35-year-old male. He is awake and breathing. He fell.
It's information that you can listen to with a flip of a switch.
This is going to be an engine ambulance no code response.
But starting Tuesday,
we now have the ability to encrypt radio traffic going from the dispatchers and to the officers.
the public will no longer be able to listen to radio traffic between Billings PD and the Yellowstone County Emergency Communications Center. Chief Rich St. John says maintaining the safety of his officers was a huge factor.
We have found that you have a criminal element with whether it's a scanner or various applications out there that we're monitoring our operations, monitoring the arrival and departure and the deployment of officers, which is terribly unsafe.
But the move comes at a time when many are calling for law enforcement to improve their transparency.
It's removing a tool that journalists have been using for decades to keep the public informed, and it just makes it harder for them to do their jobs.
Jeff Roberts is the executive director of the Colorado Freedom of Information Coalition. He saw the impact when police departments in Denver and Aurora started encrypting their radio communications.
The news organization then is really totally reliant on the police to tweet something, to put out a news release, to tell them about incidents in a timely manner. It's also a really important tool for holding law enforcement agencies accountable.
Confidential information was being picked up either by scanners and then shared by social media. At the end of the day, we are responsible for that information.
Chief Rich St. John sees it differently. While this is a first for Montana, he says encrypted scanners are already the norm in many other cities across the country, and he promises transparency won't be a problem.
We continue to make our announcements via Twitter and social media, and to increase that even on things that are of lesser importance, if you will.
In Billings, Alina Howder, MTN News.
All right, 6:37 now. Health leaders have officially declared this flu season an epidemic. That means we could have triple epidemic situation in the future with flu, RSV, and COVID. Jesse Cohen breaks down where we currently stand and what advice experts are giving to stay ahead of these sicknesses.
Time of year, the United States is seeing its highest flu hospitalization rates. And this comes at a prime time for health fatigue, as more and more people put aside their COVID safety measures like mask wearing, hand washing, and extra cleaning.
COVID, the pandemic, has changed so many, the thinking on so many different types of activities and surroundings, and you hope that society becomes more protected as a result of what we learned from COVID, not less.
Dr. James Nide is the Director of Infection Medical Prevention for the Medical Center of Aurora. He may be working in a state that hasn't seen high flu numbers yet, but he is still urging his community to take action.
Prevention is really where it's at. If we cannot go to these extreme, situations, that's where we would all want it, where it's treatable and manageable as opposed to being under-vaccinated and underwhelmed.
17 states, along with Washington, D.C. and New York City, are reporting high or very high respiratory illness activity. Virginia is one of them.
We're seeing high levels of flu activity in virtually every region of the state.
Dr. Brooke Rosheim is a public health physician specialist with the Office of Epidemiology in Virginia. He points out that these high numbers are in direct correlation with human activity over the last few years.
We didn't see much influenza activity really because of a number of things. Number one, people were masking up. Number two, and this may have been the more important thing, is that people were kind of quarantined.
The CDC estimates that so far this season, there have been at least 1.6 million illnesses, 13,000 hospitalizations, and 730 deaths from the flu.
It's hard to tease out whether that's due to not masking. Is it due to people just being out and about more? Is it due to school being in session? It's probably some combination of all of the above. It's not that people's immune systems are not functioning well. Now we're kind of playing a little bit of immune catch-up, if you will.
These experts say no matter how tired you may be of hearing it, the answer to staying healthy is the same as it is for COVID. Get vaccinated.
I think that's maybe understandable fatigue, But the fact of the matter is there's virtually no downside, and they're extremely effective. You know, influenza kills tens of thousands of people a year, so it's not nothing.
Across the United States, flu vaccination rates are lower than usual. Experts point out that adult flu vaccinations are down about 5 million compared to where they were last year at the same time. And in addition, the CDC data tracker tells us just 8.4% of eligible Americans have received a new updated COVID-19 booster.
Respiratory viruses, respiratory illnesses are problematic. They cause missed work. Preventing them is the best thing by far. And the flu season typically lasts for 4 to 6 months. So if you haven't gotten it now, it's still a great time to get it.
In Denver, I'm Jessie Cohen reporting.